Shalom, shalom, and welcome. This is Quick Words, End Time Things to Consider. It is a series of messages addressed to those who will be among the 144,000 in multitude. It is part of the sequence entitled Man's Final Steps, part of Man's Final Steps series. Today is March 23rd, 2014, and my name is Symmanayah. With that said, the title of this segment of Quick Words is Traveling Challenges. My brothers and sisters, many of you by now have heard me echo the sentiments of forced movement, migration that will come during end times. Considering that we are part of the reign of Yahushua, we will receive orders, not passive requests. Prophecies will be fulfilled. Nowhere in scriptures does it state that if the Almighty Father Yahuwah can just get people to listen to him and obey. We absolutely do not see such demonstration in scripture. We will receive orders and commands such that scriptures will be fulfilled. His covenant will come to be visible among us. Prophecies will be fulfilled, my brothers and sisters. Pray and watch. There will be those who will respond, those who can be defined as proactive, as instructed by the Spirit of Yahushua. And there will be those humbled and forced to move. Traveling challenges have begun for some and will enlarge to many. Yes, beyond millions in the foreseeable future. I have mentioned this often, just like as a siren repeats itself, a warning repeats itself until it's no longer necessary. I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, when fresh water and food supplies become scarce, people will ultimately be forced to move, forced to transition. If you doubt these words, search the internet for areas of severe drought and famine. You should be able to find stories depicting people's movement in or contemplating migration from areas that are becoming less and less sustainable. I will give you the obvious areas. Two of the most recent and obvious would be California and Brazil. Yes, there are other areas which have long experienced these conditions like Africa, India, Bangladesh, Australia, and the so-called Middle East and more. Scriptures foretell of drought, famine, pestilence, and disease rising during end times. What separates these times from historical experiences? If we have reached many peak levels, we have reached thresholds that are concerning and alarming to world leaders. We are hearing words like never before, and this never happened before, and this is the first time, extinction levels, peak levels. We are hearing all types of things that's indicating we are facing some very serious times and conditions, my brothers and sisters. I submit to you that there have been many instructions and warnings that express what I am compelled to present to you, that there will be chaos, civil unrest, economic distress, violence, and much more in the wake of growing water and food shortages. Now the question remains as to when will these things get so intense that they can be defined as the wrath of Elohim. My brothers and sisters, there will be those who will move proactively, and there will be those who will be caught in congestion. These questions and many others can indicate we will face traveling challenges. Questions such as when will this get intense? When should we move? Have you begun to discuss these matters with loved ones, your fellowship, your camp, groups, etc.? Have you witnessed people just dismissing them, saying, I ain't worried, Yah's going to take care of us, I'm not concerned? But be mindful, my brothers. Scriptures tell us to be mindful of the signs of the times and the seasons. Have you considered that during urgent times, we will only be able to carry limited people within our vehicles if we have one? Or with any type of vehicle, that there would be a limitation as to the number of passengers, whether it be a bus, a van, a bus, a train, or even a plane or a boat? Have you given thought to what items such as clothing or luggage you will be able to carry, if any, along the way when forced movement present traveling challenges? How many toiletries, how much toiletries, like soap, deodorant, lotions, oil, or even perfumes and cologne can one take, if any, is allowed? Will conditions be so intense that these concerns will be the last thing on one's mind? I say again, my brothers and sisters, scriptures foretell of family members and households who will be forced to move. Some might say, well, how did you get that? Consider this. Consider the scripture that talks about households betraying one another. If you have family members in household betraying one another, do you think a person will still stay within that household? Or will they be forced to get away from those who have betrayed them? Consider Luke 21:16, when the Messiah said, Yahushua said, and you shall also be betrayed by parents and brothers and relatives and friends. And some of you shall be put to death. That was Luke 21:16. I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, traveling challenges will consist of many diverse hurdles for us to overcome. Emotions will be high, but in all that we witness, the Spirit of Yahushua will have chosen leaders and guides. Yahushua, our Messiah, will provide direction and instruction as to what must be and will be done. Who is able to discern the words from a watchman of Yahushua, or from one of his messengers? Who is able to discern when Yahushua speaks through us one towards another and respond with accuracy? There is a group known as preppers, a side note, who widely speak of a to-go bag. Some even call it a bug-out bag, consisting of bare essentials like water, a first aid kit, non-perishable food, a blanket, a survival kit with matches, batteries, a flashlight, along with a water filtration device and a few other necessities. While there are many who dismiss the need to consider the concerns of preppers, or doomsday preppers, as some may know, these individuals are not far off the mark regarding the coming chaos. There will be those who will fight for leadership, and we will witness even militias begin to form, dictating rules of governance. This is real, my brothers and sisters. Those who are ahead of the chaos will discover guidance and safety, and will come to be around others called and guided by the Spirit of Yahushua as the final exodus takes shape. Again, I strongly urge you to begin having these discussions with loved ones, for many will wait until the last minute before considering to move, flee, or migrate from current positions. There will come a time when roadways, railways, airports, and ports will become very congested, and in some instances, transportation will come to a standstill. We are not too far from witnessing these conditions. Proof of traveling challenges will come, my brothers and sisters. Do not be overtaken with unbelief. Do not get discouraged. Remember, this is a plan of the Most High Father, and He will honor all that is written. We will witness the gathering of 144,000 and multitude. We will witness the sacrifice of martyrs will make for Yahushua's name. These things will prove to be real, my brothers and sisters. Are you ready? Have you established a ready mind? Have you begun to ask questions? Lots of questions, many questions among your leaders, your brothers, your sisters. Who are those who are discerning details on what must be done? My brothers, I cannot stress enough how it is important to earnestly seek to discover the voice of the Spirit of Yahushua directly to your spirit, or through any whom He chooses to speak directly to you, for these times will prove to be challenging. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, stay tuned as we navigate through these traveling challenges. Stay tuned as Quick Words continue. Quick Words are part of Man's Final Steps series. Until next time, shalom, shalom, shalom.